The sound has come back. Still don't know why Origins does that. But oh well. Not for me to know, I suppose. Okay. It's been a hot minute. So let's get the routine in order. And it looks like we're all here. Nice. Hey, what's up? Alright, alright. I gotta break back into my habit. Not much of a setup here, really, to do. Kind of just jumping right back into it. Casino Night Zone. Oh, and hey, guess who got himself a nice $650 PC? I'm gonna guess you did. I got myself a nifty upgrade as well, fairly recently. I think I mentioned it last stream. Last stream was the one, was the first stream I did with the new PC that I ended up getting. Oh, hello. I did not know you can just fucking jump through those, okay. And of course, continuing that tradition with this one. Specs? Let me think, because I don't have them off the top of my head like that, unfortunately. Oh, whoa. Alright, so yeah, we're looking at... Oh god, what is it? Gee, hold on. I have, like, the thing, like, right next to me. That is a... Oh, you know, I have the boxes, like, right here, too. Oh my god. Okay, I think this is... This is the... Okay, yeah. So, CPU, we have a, I think this is CPU. No, this is the GPU. Jesus Christ. Oh, you meant Andres. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'm still used to this being somewhat new. I mean, it is still new, like, relatively speaking. How many Chaos Emeralds do I have? Oh, I should have looked back at the last stream, like, at least for a minute or two. It doesn't matter, we're at the casino. And that means you can only do with so much things. Like winning! Or getting jack shit. I always had a weird, like, obsession with, like, bouncing on those little tiny bumper things that, like, give you points when you... I mean, everything gives you points when you bounce on it, but... Those little, doohickeys. Oh, shit. Oh, whoa. Oh, we're actually playing pinball with this one. And that's Act 1. Yeah, needless to say, I absolutely love the aesthetic of Casino Night Zone. It's a very pretty looking level, both in its foreground, especially in it. I especially love the background. It's got like a nice Vegas thing going on back there. Oh, that almost hit me. Those guys with the bumpers, they're the only enemies in the level, if I recall right, and they don't really pose that much of a threat to you. Unless you're just kind of careless. Like I have a suspiciously strong feeling I'm about to be. Oh, this section. This section is really great because this is how, at least back in the original Genesis version, you would get your time overs, because this was an easy way to get rings fast, like real gambling. And I will not leave here until I get a jackpot. Yeah, and you can just, you can end up wasting, like, a lot of time here. The time limit, of course, in the Origins version isn't really a concern, because that's not really a limiting factor here anymore. Which is nice. I always kind of found that 10-minute timer a little arbitrary. Among other things that are arbitrary about the Genesis Sonic games, but... you know. Alright, come on, give me my jackpot. I won the jackpot. I really don't want to check the specs. I do know there's a, I forget what it's called. I need to, like, text somebody to get the... I need to get it installed for my PC, too, actually, because I had it installed, for... There it is! I've had it installed in, like, every PC I've had beforehand. Where it basically... It's a piece of software that you could install, pretty easily. That lets you... It gives you, like, a quick... look at the specs of your parts, and it'll give you, like, information about them and all that stuff. Do I already have the emeralds? Oh, I do! Holy shit, when did I get all 7 of them? Oh my god. I missed quite a bit. Oh, okay, we already have Supersonic, holy shit. Claustrophobia will kick in there, so, be prepared for that. I have more than enough rings to spare, too. Jesus. Quite literally, Jesus. The hedgehog. It's right here. There we are. Somehow this little shit of a robot can still bump you backwards as Supersonic. That's pretty interesting. Alas, it's boss time. One of the more interesting designs for a boss, too. Like, I don't care much for, like, the strategy here, because as you're going to see very soon, it's not much of a strategy. But this is definitely one of the most interesting looking mechs thus far I've seen it, at least. With its neon lights and generally wider like build. Definitely a hunk of machine. It's a 27 FDH diagonal display, 8GB DDRA memory, 512 gigabyte SSD hard drive, Intel Core, 13 processor, HD slim desktop PC monitor. Okay, that's a lot of information. I'm not like the biggest tech wizard, sad to say. A lot of my own information about PC specs comes from people who are far more knowledgeable at it than I am. Because like I can tell you like some very bare basic stuff. Like I can tell you what a CPU is. I can tell you what a GPU is. SSD. I'm kind of wrapping my head around like how motherboards work and all that. Oh no, and all that stuff. But I really can't go any deeper than that. myself. It's gonna be so weird not having to stop at every checkpoint I pass to see if there's any, like, special stage entrances to go through. Oh, fuck you, Hilltop. Yeah, this stage kind of had to grow on me a little bit. I remember first coming here some years back, and it didn't really leave the most positive impression for the level, but it grew on me. It grew on me. Like, it's one of those stages that's kind of like... It's not Sonic 2's best, but it's certainly not Sonic 2's worst. So, you know, you kind of take it as it is. That's the one you build to show off. As long as it does what I need it to do, then it's cool. But the fact that I have an audio device built in, so it's kind of going to buy speakers. Oh yeah, I ended up having to salvage the speakers. Well, I say salvage like it was a big, like, excavating thing. Not really. My last PC also didn't have speakers built in, so I had to get a set of external speakers, which I then also am using for, which I am now also using for this PC, because it also doesn't have a default, like, audio system. Oh shit! Oh my god. I have never gone this way. I usually always make that first jump. Oh, this level was a pain in the ass to play with his knuckles. Also, the floor is lava. I never actually did a full completion of Sonic 2 playing as Knuckles. I know that's a thing you can do in, like, well, you could do it in the original Genesis game too if you had, oh, Chloe. Cat, why are you doing that? Alright, come on. Come on. Come on, it's stream time. There we go. Sonic's CD level design comes back. Thanks, Chaz. I think there's a, oh, one-up box this way around, at the very bottom. There it is, right there. Of course, it's not actually a life, this game. It's a coin. But it's reliable, nonetheless. It always is there at that one drop. Is there anything back this way of interest? I don't know, probably not. And now I gotta choose the boss. Nice. And you'll never see what it does. Ever. Because I won't let you. Cat can win? In due time. In due time. Yeah, she's getting used to a lot of attention now, I think. Because she's all over the place tonight. Oh, Mystic Cave Zone. This is my favorite one in the entire game, actually. Kind of an underrated zone, actually. I don't think you really see much reference to it outside of this game. And you would think the caterpillar-looking enemies that stick out of the walls would be more of an annoyance, but not really. No, they're easy to sort of like track down. The bigger nuisance in this level are those firefly enemies you just saw a second ago, because you kind of have to like time their. You have to wait for their little light to shut off before you can attack them. Oh my god. See, they bait you a little bit because you want to kill them before you actually, before they start launching their little light maneuver out. But by the time their light is flickering, it's kind of already too late. There we are. We're near the end of Act 1. Oh wait, no, hold on. Wait, can I do like... Nice. No, Tails, come back! Nice. Carry me up. There we go. I never actually did that maneuver very often in any like playthrough of Sonic 2. I almost never do that. But figured I kind of show that off. My last PC was a laptop, my cat broke, so I never really owned an actual PC like this before. Yeah, having a desktop is a very powerful feeling, I won't lie. It's, especially like a really well-built one, with some good muscle behind it. It's an empowering feeling, yeah. Like, I can just have, some of my more, like, higher intensity games just sort of run alongside, like, a web browser, or Discord, or the Steam, like, the various Steam pages I'll have on the side without any issues in performances or anything like that. I actually want to take the lower route on this level because there's the remaster of Sonic 2, which is this version of Sonic 2 in Origins, has a nifty little secret in it if you take the bottom route, where one of the cut zones from the original build of Sonic 2 makes a single act appearance, and I believe it's killing me to get there. I'm personally also more of a laptop person, but I think next time I'm getting a desktop, I'm using an old laptop as a screen/keyboard for it, so it's just also easier and cheaper to upgrade. That is true. That is true. As far as like long-term expenses go, you're definitely doing yourself more of a favor by jumping onto a Tails, you motherfucker. By jumping onto a desktop of some kind, even if it's not necessarily like a really good one, because you can always upgrade it in the future, you know. Usually, results may vary. Yep, it's right here. Okay. This is the entrance to the hidden zone. Hidden Palace. This is, or as far as we know, at least, most of the cut content from the original Genesis game. Kind of just an underwater temple thing going on here. With, those things. I forget what they're called. And dinosaurs. Oh, fuck. This is a very personally nostalgic bit for me, but it's very nice of the remastered team to use the music from the multiplayer, or from one of the multiplayer levels, for Hidden Palace. Well, the underwater sections can go to hell. I miss Tidal Tempest. There we go. I do like me some backtracking. Okay, I saw a thing about Suikoden, hold on. About the Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster. And that was fun. I'm only on the second game currently, but is that a game that you're going to play? Yes, I have that on my wish list. I was keeping tabs on Suikoden since I believe oh my god, when was it announced? It was at was it a direct or was it a state of play? I don't even remember. Or was it the Game Award? I don't even know, like, which. It's been so long. But yeah, I want to touch that series someday. And it'd be especially great to have it as like a live series. I know next to nothing about it, but like I saw the gameplay for it and I was like, yep, that's my shit right there. I didn't even need that shield. Okay, now I do. Also, another one of Eggman's more interesting mechs. He's got a instrument attached to this one. And because of Supersonic, you'll never see what it does. With doing as much as possible outside of missing one character and getting 2 perma-killed and 3 were sorely killed, it took me 29 hours to beat the first Suikoden. Jeez. Actually, you know what, that's not... I guess that's not terribly long. I mean, for, like, what... because these were originally, what, SNES? Right? I kinda get that era of RPG mixed up a little bit, because sometimes you have, like, some 5th-gen RPGs stay more or less true to how the structure was in the 4th-gen. Oh god, oil ocean. Alright. Here's where the pain starts. Oh, thanks, Tails, you fucking asshole. I didn't even need to do that. I don't even know why I did that. Oh, almost got me. The seahorse enemies, the one that can ignore fucking terrain. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Oil Ocean, not gonna lie. This is the part of the game, of Sonic 2 at least, where I kind of get a little, like... I kind of get a little turned off from continuing the rest of the game. Like, not in a serious, like, oh, like, I literally can't play the rest of this game kind of way, but more so in a, okay, the best parts of the game are over. Now it's just, like, the final trudge to the end of the game. And Oil Ocean is the start of that trudge. Although I guess maybe my gameplay wouldn't really suggest that because I've played this level for like years now. I've gotten a little used to this bullshit. I really want to go up there though, but I think I might have to transfer. There we go. And why not? While we're at it, we'll cheese everything else here too. By the way, how's Xenoblade going? If that was directed towards me, can't really speak much of it. I haven't got to put much time towards it. I think, as far as games I've been looking at, well, as far as new games I've been looking at, games that I haven't played before, I've been trying to put some time into, I picked up Mario Odyssey, I forgot when it was like maybe a month ago. And there's a game that I haven't actually, I haven't had the opportunity to put my hands on for like a really long time, because that was like a Switch launch title way back, in 2017. And I've kind of fallen in love a little, with it a little bit. I've been trying my best to hold off on starting new RPGs in favor of finishing ones that I've already started. A struggle I'm sure most are familiar with here by this point. Ah, bitch. Oh. Have you tried to get Tales of Xillia 2 yet? Well, to answer your question, I haven't yet tried to. I still need to see if there was any price changes on it, because I know I have like I'm looking at an Amazon page for it. Or at least I have one, like, saved somewhere. And given how prices are, those tend to fluctuate a fair deal. Oh, no! Wait. Oh, we're safe. Nice. And this way gets you a whole bunch of rings. Oh, they remastered all Suikoden games? How many are there, actually? I have no idea. Because all I've had the opportunity to know about was 1 and 2 via the remaster. Oh, that was close. Holy shit. I wonder if for I wonder if I should bother. You know what? Yeah, sure. I'll fight this one without supersonic. I'll be fair for once. Let me catch up on some of these actually. Um, then these levels are really short. Yeah, these levels go by, if you know what you're doing, these levels tend to go by in less than 3 minutes, tops. Sometimes shorter than that, depending on the level. 30 hours is below the JRPG average. True. But in line for the SNES. Yeah, I'd say so. There's some SNES RPGs that I've encountered in the past that have extended beyond that time, I think, a fair deal. One that comes to mind instantly for me is probably Final Fantasy VI. I think that one's, for an SNES RPG, a pretty lengthy one. Especially if you're, like, taking your time with it. Like, I feel like most people would, at least on their initial playthrough. All I got to say is mandatory boss in the middle of the game was 5 times harder than the final boss until I got the right setup, and then he literally couldn't kill me. It bees like that. Yeah, Odyssey is amazing. If you can, I recommend picking up 3D All Stars. You haven't played this game yet. Oh, I really do want to get my hands on 3D All Stars. I really do. Uh, Talk about a convenient way to like play 64 Sunshine and Galaxy. Because like I know like you can play 64 through like the Switch Online service, but like 3D All Stars, it's right there alongside Sunshine and Galaxy, which is notoriously not on the online service. So, well, according to the poll, Berseria would be the next Tales game. It seems so, yeah. Because like Berseria took quite a hefty lead initially. Because like if assuming it doesn't change a whole awful lot between now and when the poll closes, Kakarot will have its cake finally. And then what is it? Tales of Berseria and Persona 4 get to oh shit. Bye, Tales. Yeah, Tales of Berseria and Persona 4 get to have the spotlight next as returning games. Oh shit. No, come on! I am not drowning in fucking oil. Alright, fuck it. Turning super. If not because I wanted to cheese him or anything, but because he was already one hit from dying anyway. I just didn't want to get hit. I'm stingy with my rings. I think on the digital store, Exilius 2 is only 20 if you don't mind digital. In practice, I don't mind digital. I know though, given how in an interesting spot digital media is at the moment, I'm more inclined to go physical. Which, if I read that other comment right, holy shit! I just scrolled by this. They're selling a copy of Tales of Destiny. Oh wait, that's not. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's not the one I was looking at all. Hold on, let me go back. I'm looking at it on Amazon. There's one for 26.92. That's actually a lot cheaper than I last looked. Because for Exilia 2, I think the last price I saw it at was like in the 50s, somewhere in that ballpark. So if it dropped down by like $30, that's a big dub. Metropolis Zone. This is like hell on earth if it were in Sonic 2. Every enemy here is a pain in the ass in some form or fashion. If you have no idea what you're doing, then you will get hit all the time, no matter what. Like that. The knockback somehow carried me onto the next platform, though. That's pretty neat. The only reason I even go super here and here isn't even to, like, kill off all the enemies or anything like that, or do anything impressive. It's just I do not care to be bombarded with spikes and crab shells and slicers back to back. In other words, the invincibility. I'm doing it for the invincibility. Especially on, like, these tall, like, rotating screws that you can ride, where those starfish enemies will be laying in wait in the walls to shoot off, like, their projectiles. And then knock you off of the platform. Which would then make you have to go backwards to reset it. Is very annoying. I've had to deal with that so many fucking times in the past. That said, I guess there is still a drawback to playing Supersonic in this level, because it makes some of the tighter platforming a little more nerve-wracking, because Supersonic is, by and large, on ice with his physics. So he's kind of slipping and sliding everywhere. It makes the smaller platforms a bit harder to manage. Anyway, Tales of Destiny 2, $400. And is also a Japanese exclusive, which is true. Destiny 2 is... Well, hold on. Okay, no, I've talked about this before. It was a long time ago, but there was... I remember two different Tales of Destiny 2s. One of them is the real Tales of Destiny 2, which is the Japanese exclusive one. And then there's another Tales of Destiny 2, which is just the third Tales game, which isn't even Tales of Destiny. It's just, what is it? What was it called? It was it Tales of... Oh, what was the third Tales game? Not counting the sequels. Ow. Oh, you bitch, you respawned. You got your fucking sharp boomerangs back. Those spike ceilings are really comfortable to look at, especially being within a pin hair's distance between them. Ah! God damn it. Did I mention that there's lava in this level? Yeah, we saw lava in this level earlier too. There's also lava here. No reason, just there is. Oh, and the steam from these vent things can also hurt you also, so don't get touched by them. Oh wait, this is what? Oh, okay, no, that's... Motherfucker! Wait, is there something down here? Nah, probably not. Hello, NCR Ranger. I think it's because you want it brand new. It's like $60 if you want it, and as long as it works, I think you can get it used for 20. Yeah, that's probably why, yeah. Well, I heard Abyss was nice to remake or remaster. Interesting. I do, regardless of which Tales game is next up for the remaster treatment, I'm gonna be pretty excited for it, just on the basis of having another, like, Tales game available on the modern platforms. It's rumored but not confirmed yet. Exilia is also rumored in line, so who knows, maybe Exilia 2 too. I do hope if they do Exilia, they kind of it might be asking a little much, I don't know, but I do hope they at least do both Exilia 1 and 2. Because I feel like it's one of those cases where it's like, okay, you can do one of them, but then like there's a very obvious giant elephant missing from the room in the form of your sequel game not being present for the remaster project, you know? I guess it'd be better if like they did Exilia 1 and not 2 versus doing like 2 and then not 1. Could you imagine that timeline? That'd be something. Please don't hurt me. Okay, thank you. The American Destiny 2 is Tales of Eternia, that's what it was. Yeah, Tales of Eternia. That's the one I was thinking of. So now you're wondering, well, every Act 2 thus far has been a boss act. Why is Metropolis Zone so different? Well, that's because Metropolis Zone is special. It gets a third act, just like Sonic 1 levels did. So, if Metropolis Zone happened to have been your least favorite zone, like most normal people tend to conclude on, then yeah, here's another reason for you to dislike it. It's a whole act longer. And the best part about the third act is that this is where most of the bullshit's concentrated. Because as far as level design goes, I think this one's the most hellish of the 3 acts. Like, so. Have I been? I've been pretty well. Managing my day-to-day stuff. Part of the reason I ended up missing last week was, such management. But it's okay, I look out for you guys. That's why this week's gonna be a double stream. I'm at least making up for my missed time. Oh, motherfucker! The fact that... Oh! Okay. The fact that they did Symphonia but not Symphonia 2. Yeah, that's my worry a little bit. That they might end up doing, like if they do Exilia, which would be great. I would love for them to do Exilia. Because I have, that's my Tales game. Exilia is my Tales game. But it would also be kind of like, okay, now where's 2? So, yeah. And if Symphonia fans didn't get their thing, then it'd be hard to imagine Exilia people getting theirs. It'd be like really amazing if I could pull off getting supersonic in this zone, in this act. I guess. Oh, the platforms even hate you here. If I remember right, there's actually something towards the bottom of these screws here that you can close. There is definitely something at the bottom. Oh, that actually works. Oh my god. Okay, we'll roll with that, sure. We'll definitely roll with that. Oh, we got enough for super. Oh, and now we don't. Nice. Peak Metropolis Zone level design. My favorite. These bastards are everywhere. Oh, that actually, ooh, that could have knocked me off. Possibly to my death. I have no idea what's beneath me. Wait, is this the bit? Is this the bit? I think this might be the bit. Yeah, if you're not careful enough, climbing this specific screw and then this specific screw will fuck your ass 6 ways from Sunday. Because that's a long vertical corridor you're falling down if you happen to drop. Also, there's a slicer up here. Up and yeah, okay. Boy, all right. Making a long climb back up. Meanwhile, Tails can smooch off of my hard labor. Farewell, Tails. He'll be back. At least the enemies don't respawn? That is true. That's like the silver lining with this place. It would be especially... Oh my god. What had happened to my voice? That would be especially tragic if the starfish enemies respawn, because that's like undoing a lot of the progress you've done that you would have acquired with those vertical sections. Plus, like, now the reason why you lost the progress in the first place is also back. Good luck next time. This boss is a little reminiscent of one of the Sonic City boss fights, I think. Just a smidge. Final Tempest, I believe, yeah. It's pretty simple, though. No more Metropolis. And a pitiful score to boot. Whoopee. 400. Give it up for 400. It's okay, we got Sky Chase, though. The first of many, I guess we'll call it, Sky Defense levels in the series. These come back quite a fair deal, both in 2D and 3D games. Oh, okay. I look away for 1 minute, just one measly second. Motherfucker! I wasn't even looking away that time. I do like how... Oh my god. I do like how, the turtle platforms kind of just chill out there. They're not even necessarily hostile, they're just sort of there. You know what the fans really love in a game all about going fast? An auto-scroller. So true. So very true. Is that my mouse? Oh my god, that's my mouse. Ooh, that's an ugly sight. Oh! I was ready for that one, actually. Yeah, the silver lining with Sky Chase is that this one's pretty short. I think probably the best iteration of this sort of level in the series. I'm gonna go on a whim and say probably Sonic Adventure 1's iteration of this. Because at least for that game, it's not an auto-scroller. It's a, it's an actual, like, 3D plane shooter minigame thing. And its only real sin is how repetitive it is. Because you have to play, like, 4 different, levels of that, minigame throughout the course of the entirety of that game. Don't really care for the one in Unleashed. That one's just a whole bunch of quick-time events. More archaic than really a shooter or side-scroller. Mania's is just kind of a carbon copy of Sonic 2's, so every criticism that you could apply there is equally levied there. Is there any more I'm missing? There's definitely some more besides that. Definitely, for sure. No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure I can probably bring up more, like, niche examples of, like, air-based, like, Sonic stuff. Like, if I really wanted to be, like, oh, this is technically a Sonic the Hedgehog Sky Defense minigame thing, then I can pull, like, I don't know, that one bird alien thing from Shadow the Hedgehog, I guess, but I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. At least you can't fall off Tails, yeah. Tails is immune, however, Sonic is not. This place has bottomless pits, as it would happen. And it's this section in particular where you might be feeling it the most, because these platforms will fall off behind you if you're not fast enough, so... And then even after that, these boosters here will that's supposed to launch you across that gap. The first one will carry you across, but the second one will launch you all the way back. So you're gonna have to time your jump right in order to not be sent back and forth. And another thing too is that any interruption in between being launched back and forth will like stop all of your momentum midair, and you'll just drop like a rock. It's quite an interesting phenomenon. But much like Sky Chase, Wing Fortress isn't very long either, and this boss fight can go fucking straight to hell. I hate this boss fight so much. I hate it, 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 I hate it. I want it dead! But if you, instead of jumping straight down, jump all the way across to this side of the platform, there is an extra life there for you, or in this case, a coin. So I guess nab that if you're feeling short on those. Now tell me something, folks. What what factor of Genesis era Sonic was missing to really make this a complete packaged franchise that you can 100% market to Western audiences? Well, I'll tell you exactly what it is. Fucking space. We're going to space. And the final level of Sonic 2! Death Egg Zone. The first of many such cases of Death Egg zoning, yeah. And also not necessarily, well, if you're going by release date, yeah, technically first Metal Sonic. But there's weird implications behind that, and I don't want to talk about it. And it killed me. Nice. Is it a Sonic game without a space level? One could say no, which is exactly why that half of this collection is a fraud. Because there is no space level in now. Well, nice to see the Death Egg Zone hasn't lost its bite. Yeah, so this isn't really even so much a full level in and of itself. It's kind of just a boss room. So you have the illustrious Silver Sonic here. I think certain games call them certain names. I'm not really like one to say which one is right or what. I call him Silver Sonic. I think it just makes the most sense as a distinguishable name anyway. But none of that matters because he's out just like that, and the actual final boss begins. And we have at least 4 minutes of this fucking asshole slowly kind of marching towards you. But God forbid you hit him when you're not supposed to. Otherwise you get hit and you die. There's no rings here also, so mind your safety. Ever played Sonic Chronicles? I have not. It's a very interesting game though, because this is a it's the only well, I'm not gonna say the only attempt, because there's some history with that and like the adventure games. But it is the only, so far, official Sonic RPG game in the entire series, which is definitely intriguing to say the least. That said, I've heard very underwhelming things about it too, both as far as gameplay and story goes. It probably doesn't help that it was on the DS. In fact, I'm going to women and say it definitely doesn't help that it was on the DS. I remember liking it, but I was pretty young. Yeah, I think that's the case with a lot of games from those times in our lives. I think Chronicles especially got that kind of attitude towards from the fan base, because a lot of people did grow up with Chronicles on the DS. And you still, to this day, have people who really like Chronicles, who kind of just never really took what they got from the game when they played it and then ran with it. As an outsider looking in, I'm more quicker to believe Chronicles is misgivings than I am its fortunes, which is sad to say, but there's precedent for that, I think. I feel like you can have fun with it as long as you don't. I feel like you can have fun with it if you don't expect too much of it. For sure, yeah. I don't really have. I'm not. For anything Sonic related, I really don't want to have something along the line, like for an RPG, something along the lines of like a Final Fantasy-esque experience, because I am not getting that out of a Sonic game for sure. Also, fuck you, don't take Warlock. It'll definitely be an interesting play, though. I do know one thing that's going to sting no matter what with Chronicles, and this isn't even necessarily a fault on Chronicles themselves, like the game. I guess more so on whoever thought, man, this is going to for sure do well, and we'll definitely make a follow-up to it no matter what. The fact that the game ends on a cliffhanger is no matter what kind of expectation I go into it, gonna sting a little bit, because, like, my god. And it's like, you know, they probably had an idea for how to resolve that story, like, back in 2009. It's probably when they would have been starting to think about making a sequel, but then dropped it. But being that nothing's come of it thus far, you know, I ain't exactly thinking... I'm not exactly putting bets on on Sega refloating a Chronicle sequel anytime soon. So the Sonic 2 ending is really nice, very tranquil, very sweet. I love that piece from, what's that band called? That's, Dreams Come True. This is the band that was behind the soundtracks for Sonic 1 and 2, specifically 1 and 2. So any track that Sega uses from those two games is, has royalties under that band. Which is interesting, because they keep bringing back Green Hill and Chemical Plant. But I digress on that point. Besides Chronicles, are there any others you haven't played? Sonic games? There have been a few others I haven't really touched, yeah. Where do I start? I guess I'll start with some of the earlier ones. I haven't really given a lot of the Game Gear games proper, like, playthroughs, ever. Like, I've played some of them in, like, brief pockets of time where I looked at them and I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. I throw myself at it, and then I kind of, like, drop it, because I'm not really getting that, like, Sonic platform kick from them like I would from the Genesis games, which makes sense, because the Genesis games is the Sonic's, like, home turf kind of thing. Aren't the Game Gear games just ports? Not really, no. I mean, kind of. It depends on the game, I guess. You can argue Sonic 1 Game Gear is just a port of Genesis 1, but that is certainly not the case for any of the other ones, I don't think. Sonic 2 Genesis and Sonic 2 Game Gear are two very different games. And after that, you have two, like, that's pretty much it for, like, ports, actually, because every Sonic game after that would be their own titles for the Game Gear. Because you have, what, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Blast, goddamn Sonic Blast, Sonic Labyrinth, Oh, no, I lied. There is a few ports, but these are spin-off ports. Sonic Spinball and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Those got... those versions from the Genesis did get Game Gear versions, but the Game Gear versions are, as far as I can tell, kind of just inferior versions of the Genesis games, so there really isn't a big reason to go back and play them like that. So yeah, most of the Game Gear games I haven't really experienced, or have, or at least not to the extent that I have a nuanced take for it. Anyway, if there's any nuance to have from them. Now for games that people give a shit about, the storybook games I haven't really touched. I've observed them very closely from a distance. That's Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. The main reason I haven't touched those is because I'm playing other Sonic games, or it's the fact that they're still stuck in the Wii. I could always dolphin emulate them, I guess, but they're designed with like the Wii mode so heavily in mind. I haven't really felt all too eager to bother. Also, hi Knuckles. Most of these are spin-offs now that I'm thinking about it. Because there's a weird one, Sonic Shuffle on the Dreamcast. This is a, this is many things, among which also the last Sonic game released on a Sega hardware. That's really funny, by the way. Also, Sonic 3. This is my favorite. I love Sonic 3. Chat, let me introduce you to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I'll allow me to introduce you to chat. This is the lifeblood of my channel and the best Sonic game on the Genesis. Trying to think of some more, oh, there's so much going on now. Okay, special stages, Blue Spear. I have a regular debate on, with some friends of mine on which, special stages from the classic era of Sonic games is our favorite. And I have always been, and will continue to be, Team Blue Spear. Because it's the only special stage in the classic games that I'm aware of, at least, that is, like, predominantly skill-based. Like, you can make the argument for Sonic CD, I guess, because you do have to manage your jumps. But I find in Sonic CD's, like, UFO missions, there to be a lot more room for bullshit than in the Blue Spears. The Blue Spears is a very cut and dry, like, straightforward challenge. You know, collect all the blue orbs on the field, while your speed slowly increases with time. If you want that extra score, I guess, go for all the rings you can collect too. It's a straightforward challenge, and I appreciate that kind of aspect about it. Hooray! Right, Sonic games I haven't touched. Sonic games I haven't touched. I know there's more than what I just said. Yeah, a lot of these are spin-offs, though. I haven't actually touched any of the Olympic Games stuff. I'm not really sure who owns or who operates, like, the licenses for the Olympic Games. I'm pretty sure it might actually just be the Olympic Games themselves, right? Who manages the rights for those, I think, right? And it's Sega and Nintendo that give them the licenses to use the likenesses and all that stuff. I think that's how it works anyway. I don't know. Yeah, never really tried the Olympic Games stuff yet. Whoa there, partner. Let's jump back down here for a split second. Because Sonic 3's level design is genius in that I think for Sonic level design that has a good, like, sense of exploration, or at the very least incentivizes exploration to a higher degree than it had prior to this point. Oh fuck. Okay. Sonic 3 knocks it way out of the park when it comes to the levels. Ah, motherfucker. When it comes to level design. Boom. I know the Sonic CD does attempt something like this with the robot generators, but the problem I think with Sonic CD's approach, in comparison to 3's at least, is that CD opted for more like vertical integration with its levels, whereas Sonic 3 approaches it more horizontally. So you still have like a sense of progression and speed with your levels in Sonic 3, while still maintaining, like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to find in these levels if you would just slow down for one goddamn minute. Sonic the Hedgehog is indeed a platformer after all. And the force is on fire! Ooh. Apparently, I think it was in the Genesis version, there was a glitch with the sounds after... Oh, I dropped my control. There was a glitch with the sounds. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you bitch. Well, doesn't this seem awfully familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, so, yeah, there was a glitch with the sound at that section, where after the flames were initiated and the motif changed physically, the Act 2 music would start playing. But it wasn't supposed to do that. So Origins ended up fixing that, which is interesting. Oh, and then Sonic 3 has solid... I'm gonna fucking, deep throat Sonic 3 for the entirety of the rest of the Let's Play. And even beyond, like, this point, too, most likely. So, Elemental Shields is a Sonic 3 invention. You have 3 different varieties. You have the electric variant, you have the fire variant right here, and earlier you saw me use a bubble variant. And they all have their own little quirks and gimmicks and stuff like that that's very versatile, very useful. And for the most part, they are placed pretty strategically throughout the level to mostly your convenience. But not in a way that I think is too easy, but more so in a way that kind of encourages, like, long-term thought about what kind of benefits are you looking to reap for the remainder of the level. Bitch. Oh well. Now that I've got this PC, I've been emulating PSP and GBA games, and I'm playing some old school shit like, who remembers Sailor Guy, the video game, playing the original Cage 2 Chain Memories on GBA. You know what? That invincibility was going, and now it's not. Cage Chain Memories on GBA, that is a game that I saw gameplay footage of one time in the past, and was like, huh. And then, like, immediately saw footage of the PS2 version, and then I said, yeah, I'll take the PS2 version, thank you. And then I just never looked at the GBA version again. I hear that's the broadest consistent, oh my god, I cannot speak today. I hear that's the most, broadest consensus from the community on that one. How accurate is that? I couldn't say. saving these for last, because these don't actually make any rings. The only ones that give you rings are the ones that are in clusters like this, where you can circle around a bunch of them like this. And by encircling all of them in red, you can turn all of the ones in the middle of that cluster to red, which will in turn turn them into rings that you can collect. And that'll net you extra benefits at the end of the special stage. Assuming you get all of them, that is. Which I am going out of my way to do. Because why not? Also, I love Bluesky. Fuck! Oh shit. I dropped my controller again. That's not good. Hey, and the best part about this is that unlike the half-pipe in Sonic 2, which sucks ass, Tails in this special stage is not an obstacle, or at least not a potential obstacle, as he is permanently super glued to your ass throughout the entirety of the special stage. He cannot interfere with your progress, nor can he help you, I guess, but like, I don't need it, so there's no lost love. And I'm pretty sure everyone here noticed the entryway by now for these special stages are not giant rings at the end of the levels, nor are they checkpoints with dancing stars over them. They are giant rings that are hidden throughout the level itself, which is also my favorite thing about Sonic 3's level design and Sonic 3 special stages. And instead of having to tiptoe your way through the level to actually kind of be able to get a shot of the Chaos Emeralds in the first place, you can just find them, like, in the level, and, you know, do platform shit and explore and all that jazz. It's genius, really. Oh, come on. Where are the rest of you? There you are. Oops. No, wait, on. Is that... Oh, no, I ruined it. Okay. Let me catch up on some comments here. With my PS5 remote. Hey, man, tech's out, yeah. Yeah, emulating stuff is pretty fun. I recommend you also check out some ROM hacks and fan translations. I have looked into some ROM hacks myself. Mostly Sonic-related stuff. There was... I think I talked about this before a little bit, actually. I did a Sonic 2... It was mostly like a visual change, nothing really too like drastic. But there was this mod for Sonic 2 that I saw that was so good I had to have it. And it was basically like a texture revamp. So like everything looks like... It looks like if Sonic 2 was made with like the visual style of like a... I don't want to say like an HD 2D remake Square Enix game. I don't think it looked that good, but like definitely within orbit of that. Like the sprite work for the team who did the sprite work for it was amazing. And I need to find it again because it is not on my current PC, and it should be. And I guess keeping with the Sonic trend, I do find myself modding Sonic Adventure a fair deal bit, primarily because base Sonic Adventure on Steam is not perfect, not even close. It's a good game, but it's not the best it could be. So mods definitely alleviate a lot of that stuff, like widescreen support for one, better textures, lighting. Oh my god, especially the lighting. I think there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm probably missing out, or stuff that's slipping my mind, as I'm presently trying to gather all of the rings in the special stage. Okay. Alright, here we go. This time for real, we'll do it. There we go. I'm playing the 3 Legend of Heroes games on PSP. I don't care if some translations are bad. They're good games. I mean, if the game's good, the game's good. I don't feel like... The only time I feel like translation would ever be a significant obstacle in enjoying a game is if, like, is if part of your core experience was having a very, enriching story that relied heavily on being able to convey that message properly through its script, in which case having a good translation is essential to having that translate over. But if that's like not a factor, then you know, if the game's good, the game's good. Gameplay does, in my mind, gameplay's always been like the #1 thing that you want to get right above everything else. Man, going through Angel Island Act 2 reminds me of that time I was in Deep Jungle 1, Kingdom Hearts. Q's Family Guy flashback of that time I was in Deep Jungle in KH1. Oh, this is a Knuckles only section. Okay, well, we'll just be on our merry way, won't we? In case you were wondering what the hell these are, you can still access special stages in the checkpoints, like in Sonic 2. Although they're not special stages anymore, they're bonus stages. The only thing these things serve to do is to distract you, and also to give you a quick power-up or a quick ring boost if you were in dire need of one. Can technically, if you were, if you were in a position where you wanted to have Supersonic, for example, but there wasn't any more rings in the level before a boss fight, well, the bonus stages could come in handy to, I guess, fill in the gap for the missing amount of rings you wanted to make up for, assuming you're lucky anyway. I am not so much lucky in this instance. And there's like 3 different variants of these too, by the way. We saw like 2 of them already. The casino, like, Sonic 1 looking one, or Sonic 1 special stage looking one. The electric orb one. And then there's another one based off of a gumball machine. I think that one might be my personal favorite. Or maybe not, I don't know. I don't know, they're all okay. I don't have any strong feeling for one over the other, really. I mean, aesthetically, the casino one goes hard as hell, but you know how it is. Okay, that's a really cool ramp, but I want to see what the hell is over there. Please. Oh, I can't. Okay, fine, jeez. If I remember right, there's actually a special stage down here in the water. Yep, here. Nice. Saving those for last. Ah, here we are. You know, the funniest thing about these, getting all of the perfects for the social stages, is that I don't even think Sonic 3 offers a tangible reward for doing so. I think all it really does is just bump up your score number and gives you extra lives, which, as we've established before, in this case, kind of just translates to more coins, which you can spend on stuff. Oh, holy shit. Alright, here we are, here we are. One more, baby, let's do it. Nice. I don't know about the PSP games, but I know the later games are pretty story-heavy. I've only just got through Terra Vermilion, and its story's amazing. It's just a few lines of dialogue that have grammar. Oh, is it grammar issues that people were making a fuss over? Not even, like, actual, like, issues with translations in the script, just grammar issues? Please tell me that's it, so I can, like, pity... So I can, so I can allocate my, my pity, appropriately. Because, like, I've seen games before, like, have translation, like, real translation issues, and has been a source of division in their respective communities in the past. Grammatical issues don't do that. They're not supposed to cause that kind of mayhem. Although, then again, as a member of the Final Fantasy VII fanboy community, the Aerith versus Aeris debate still rages on to this very day, although I would also like to point out that the Aeris people are wrong and evil. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. When I heard translation issues, I guess I was thinking of something a bit more fundamentally wrong, like how certain meanings in English and between English and Japanese can be misconstrued or misinterpreted to be something else, and that could cause very rippling effects with how characters are perceived or how a story would perceive a character. And it's not like these things just fix themselves, you know, because, like, if you have a character make a decision, or say a line in a English translation of a Japanese show, and that English translation implies something very different from what the Japanese original had suggested, then the actions of that show later on with that character would inevitably be a contradiction to the mistranslation, which would cause more confusion than, you know, and it's a whole snake eating itself loop kind of thing. Nobody wins. Anyway, boss time. If there's one thing I didn't like about Origins and the changes it made to the Sonic 3 continuity, it's that they made it so that Tails doesn't get bombed by these artillery fire or air. You know, I'm not even gonna get into this. I don't care. Tails in the Genesis version fell slightly behind further Sonic, slightly behind further than what you're looking at on screen, which will result in him getting attacked repeatedly by those falling bombs. And it was very funny. Oh, that almost killed me. Nice! That was actually easier than the Green Hill boss. Jesus. I didn't even think about that. Hello, Knuckles. And hello, Hydro City Zone. Speaking of grammar, I guess this was inevitable, huh? So, it is pronounced Hydro City, and not Hydrocity, like some might, some more of the, we'll say ignorant-minded might have suggested. I kid most of the time, though. I don't really... It's a bit of a running gag in the Sonic community at this point about the pronunciation of Hydro City, because it looks like it's one word, so you would pronounce it Hydrocity, and then it's like a play on words with velocity, which means speed, which is Sonic. Sonic is speed incarnate. He's the fucking son of Christ or something like that. And then there's me, who says it's Hydro City, because it's a water city underwater. And also, everyone keeps calling it Hydro City, even for the sake of people keep calling it Hydro City. Rolls off the tongue a bit better, in my opinion, also. But never mind that. This is one of the best water stages in the entire franchise. Actually, I think this is, as far as what the classic games have to offer in water levels, the best one. This does beat Tidal Tempest, in my opinion. Just barely, though. I wonder if I can actually make it to the top of this thing here. So you're supposed to, like, sort of keep getting these power-ups. Flame Shield is not what I need in Hydro City at all. This is worthless in a water level. Please give me something else. I'm begging. Electric Shield's not much good either. Both of these disappear in water. Damn it. Please. I will take that one with them. Oh, I can't grab it. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, well, whatever. So long as it's just grammar issues and not mistakes in the story, then it isn't too bad. That's exactly what I said. Yep, to the T. Terror of a Million was so good I played it through like 5 or 6 times trying to see if I could beat my record for what level I would get the game at. Yeah, grammar issues. Nice. Are you just going to do base origins, or are you also going to do plus content? Plus content, well, truth be told, there's not much of it. At least not ones I think is worthy of having its own spotlight. I mean, there is, the most noteworthy thing Plus has, the Plus version has, is a new playable character in the form of Amy, which is her first classic, or her first playable classic debut. So it's not a completely meaningless addition. But I don't know if, for the sake of a coherent Let's Play, it would be, like, a suitable thing to add or include. Because you're going through the same stages anyway, and the story is not really altered any differently. It's very much just Amy, but in Sonic 1, Sonic City, Sonic 2, and Sonic 3. Ah, I can't go back, fuck it. Now, the story's a little different with something like Sonic Mania, which also has plus content, but the plus content is something that I think might be worthy of its own, like, spotlight. or at least like a, or at the very least something to tag on to the end of like the main story. Because Sonic Mania's Plus content has, not only not one, but two additional playable characters, but also a new mode, and a new campaign to go along with that mode. So there's something I think's Let's Play worthy. Oh, the description says there are super stages and mirrored stages. I'm not sure what they mean by super stages. Mirrored stages are kind of like a challenge mode. There's not really much substance there, I guess. It's a nice thing, I guess, to display, like on a side thing, I guess. But the mirrored levels are treated, I think, more or less the same way, like how one might treat boss rushes, where it's kind of like a challenge mode to indulge yourself in if you want to have something that spices things up a bit. And spicing things up a bit, it certainly does, because I played a mirror mode Sonic 1 once, and it was very different from what I was accustomed to. I think what I might end up doing, though, because I'm kind of like gauging in my mind how many parts this will end up having in total, which it won't be many. It's like I said that before. It's a collection of Genesis era platformers. They're not very big, nor are they very story intensive. You know, you're reading between the lines with a lot of these sort of things. I think what I can do, I can kind of do a thing where after like the main story's done for the finale, I can probably mess around a little bit with some of the other features. Because Origins does have a lot of side content, a good fair deal bit of it, plus or otherwise. Plus, it'll make for a good bit of talking time. I know we do like to have that. Oh my god, no, and you can't keep doing this to me! Sick bastards. Angel Island sucks. Their casinos are always in favor of the house. Anyway, as I was saying, I fucking love Hydra City Zone. It's so good. The level design is so good. It's like the opposite of Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1, where Labyrinth Zone was just kind of like a hodgepodge of like, okay, here's some vaguely platformery stuff with some water gimmicks here and there. Here's a real Sonic water level right here, baby. Like, Tidal Tempest did good for what it offered. But this is the real deal shit. Oh, come on, let me down. There we go. Didn't even need that. I thought it might have been a giant ring. Oh well. Oh, that launch up always scares me because there's a launch up similar to it. I forget if it's in Act 1 or 2, although I suppose it doesn't really matter, where you can get pinched between one of those rotating platforms and get crushed by accident. And it's a very quick and spontaneous death, and it's happened to me a few times before. I think it's this one right here, actually. Just have to wait for these platforms to come down on me. not. I know there's a giant ring around here too, actually. There it is. These special stages. This one right here. This one's funny. You gotta be a little creative with these ones if you want to get the perfects on these, because of how this one's laid out. You don't really want to gun for... Let's see, how is my... Okay, yeah, you want to do it like this. You want to fill in these, the three on the side like this without going through them. And then on the fourth one is the one where you actually leave that center pocket and then move on to the next one. I'm not sure if I explained that very well, but visually you can kind of see what I'm doing. Oh shit, did I fuck up? I think I fucked up. Hold on. Big jump! Nice! Okay, that was risky as hell. I'm glad that paid off, though. Okay. Just these last few. And we're golden, baby. Boom. Four emeralds, baby. Let's go. I should have probably read this, like... Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I should have read it. You will love Terra Vermilion, man. Although, for chronological order, you play, I believe it's 3, 4, then 2. Or it's 2, 4, and 3. Tear of... Is it Tear or Tear? I think it's Tear, right? I think that might be Tear Vermilion. Yeah, because we want to see you do your blind Let's Play of Tale of Berseria. Sadly, it was like, guy, check out the guy. I think it would be hilarious to see you go through Pac-Man World 2 and 3. Oh, Pac-Man World! You know what? There's a 3D not RPG. Oh my god. There's a platformer that I've been meaning to check. Motherfucker! Stupid ass snail enemy fucking sniped me. But yeah, Pac-Man World. There's a platformer series that I haven't really, I've never looked at before, but I am very interested in checking out. And there was the first one got a remake, right? Repack? Is that what it's called? Nope. I hate these shark enemies too. I wonder if I'll ever get to see fucking the gumball machine one. Tear like crying? Okay, gotcha. Oh my god. I need to stop gambling. I am not leaving out of here with no rings. I hate those special stages, the speed up would fuck me up. Ironically, I find those ones to be the easiest ones. The Bluesky ones. But it's primarily because I think, like, all of the factors involved in the challenge of Bluesky are all factors that are easier to manage in comparison to what you had to deal with in other special stages. Because in Sonic 1, it was that constant rotation that you had no control over where you landed, really. In Sonic CD, it's the acid. And in Sonic 2, it was all muscle memory, you know? And depending on which version you played, you couldn't really see that very well ahead of you. Oh, it was that bit. I almost got crushed there. Jesus. Yeah, it's this bit that will really fucking kill you if you if you aren't careful. Oh hey, look, another special stage. Okay, what's this one? I don't remember. Oh, I know what this one is. Okay. I remember you. These ones are a little funny. These ones will trip up even, I think, more experienced players. If you're not careful with where you're going anyway. Side somehow. Perchance might it be this way? Nope, not at all. Ah, here we are. Okay, that should be the last of the rings here. Just need to fill in the remaining 16, 14 of these fucking orbs. 7. There we go. Jesus. Okay. Believe me, the 3D Pac-Man aren't good. Ooh, that is interesting. I've heard a lot of... maybe it might just be because I've been around a lot of people who have said who have had good memories with them. Because there's a friend of mine that has very positive... Well, then again, it's mostly 2, I hear. Less so 1. And I don't even know about 3. I haven't heard anything about 3 ever. So a lot of this is new territory for me. I will not be tempted by those shining stars. Not this time, I won't. So this is a pretty neat boss. You can stand on the water pillar that Eggman creates. And in addition to that, you can use the propulsion of the bombs, assuming you do your jump right. To actually gain some momentum on the guy. Other than that, though, the insta-shield makes pretty quick work of them. Like, pretty much most bosses, actually. World 2 and 3 are interesting because they gave Pac-Man arms and legs, and in the third one included Tonk. He also has arms and legs in the first Pac-Man one. Ah, man, I don't know. I'm judging by I'm judging primarily by like cover art for this, I think. But I'm pretty sure he had arms and legs. But like I feel like that's par for the course though, because like you kind of have to I mean, unless you're Rayman, you kind of have to have those to platform, right? Or did they give him the Rayman treatment like for the first one? Regardless, that's going to be a pretty interesting discussion right there. And I guess as far as part 3 of the Sonic Origins goes, I'll probably cut it here. It's almost we're almost 2 hours in anyhow. And Sonic 3 is the beefiest of them all, so we're in for the long haul. But yeah, Pac-Man World, that's I don't know. I guess well, been fun talking then. It sure has. It definitely has. And not to rain, I guess, too heavily on the parade. Um I am making up for last week's absence, so tomorrow is going to be another one of these. Tomorrow's going to be part 4. So we're pushing on through Sonic 3. Um, Picking pretty much right up from here. And then I'm thinking there's probably going to be maybe 5 parts in total. I might be pushing it a little bit on that, but maybe 5 parts total. The 5th part will be the finale. Because Sonic 3 isn't like it's the longest of the classic games by far, but compared to like the past couple of games I've been doing for the channel, certainly not very long at all, either. So yeah, I'm predicting with pretty much my full heart on this one. Part 5 is going to be the final part, which is going to be the part hopefully going out next week. Um, and on that day, that'll be the day the poll is closed, and the next game's decided, yada yada yada. And then the process begins yet again. um, but yeah, no, it was really good seeing, well, not really seeing, I guess, but speaking, with everyone here, and thanks for everyone who stopped by. And I hope you are having a good day, evening, night, whatever time it is for you. Time to make extra accounts in Mass Vote Berseria. I feel like the Kakarot crowd might be ahead of the game on you on that one. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more Sonic 3. Best thing the human race has ever produced. Some have said.